Nikola Jokic just did something that should be impossible in today's NBA. He dragged a roster so thin that his coach trusted only 3 players against the Thunder, all the way to Game 7 against the league's best team. While other superstars demand trades or force their way out, Jokic keeps showing up, keeps performing miracles, and keeps getting betrayed by the organization that's supposed to support him. Here's a number that'll blow your mind. Since 1984, the average MVP has played alongside teammates who've earned a combined 16 All-Star, All-NBA, or All-Defense selections. Jokic? 0. Not 1. We're talking about a gap so massive, it's almost criminal. LeBron had Wade and Bosh. Jordan had Pippen and Rodman. Even Giannis had Middleton and Holiday. But the best center since Shaq is out here playing with guys who've never even sniffed an all-star conversation. Think about that for a second. The man who's revolutionizing basketball, who makes passes that shouldn't exist, who's redefining what dominance looks like, has less help than any elite player in decades. And somehow, he still managed to carry Denver to a championship in 2023. That wasn't just impressive. It was borderline supernatural. But here's where things get really ugly. The front office that built that championship team, they're gone. Tim Connelly, the mastermind behind Denver's title run, bolted for Minnesota and immediately took them to back-to-back conference finals. Meanwhile, his replacement, Calvin Booth, has been systematically destroying everything Connelly built, one terrible decision at a time. Booth's first genius move was letting Bruce Brown and Kentavious Caldwell-Pope walk. These weren't just role players, they were championship-tested pieces who knew exactly how to play with Jokic. Instead of keeping proven winners, Booth signed Reggie Jackson and Dario Saric. Jackson was so bad, he's basically out of the league now. Saric fell out of the rotation by November. You know how terrible you have to be for a coach to give up on you in November? The draft picks were even worse. With late first and early second round selections, Booth grabbed Julian Strawther, Jalen Pickett, and Hunter Tyson, while better prospects sat there waiting. Then, he guaranteed their contracts, clogging up roster spots with players who barely see the court. It's like he was actively trying to sabotage Jokic's chances. The real killer is the money situation. In today's NBA, the second apron doesn't just punish bad teams, it destroys good ones who make even tiny mistakes. Denver made 2 massive ones. Michael Porter Jr.'s max contract was questionable from day 1, but extending Zeke Naji for $32 million, that's the kind of move that haunts franchises for years. Porter Jr. is the perfect example of why this roster is failing. In the regular season, he looks like everything you want in a modern NBA player. 6'10", elite shooter, 20 points per game. But when the lights get brightest, he disappears. These playoffs, he scored over 20 points exactly once in 14 games. 8 games with single digits. You cannot pay a guy like a superstar when he performs like a role player when it matters most. The numbers from the OKC series tell the whole story. Jokic created 88 potential assists in the first 6 games. His teammates converted just 34 of them. That's a 38% success rate compared to his usual 62% in the regular season. The man was serving up perfect passes on a silver platter, and his teammates were bricking everything in sight. Now everyone wants to blame Russell Westbrook, but that's missing the point entirely. Russ made $3.3 million. Show me another minimum salary guy who can help win a playoff series. The problem isn't the bargain signings. It's the massive overpays that prevent Denver from adding real talent around their generational superstar. Pause. So what can they actually do? The dream scenario is Giannis Antetokounmpo. Imagine pairing the 2 guys who won 5 of the last 6 MVPs. But here's Denver's trade package. Some pick swaps, 1 decent first rounder in 2031, and a collection of overpriced veterans. Meanwhile, teams like Houston and San Antonio can offer young stars and multiple first-round picks. Denver's getting outbid before the conversation even starts. Kevin Durant keeps getting mentioned, and there's actually some substance there. The Athletic reported Denver has seriously explored KD trades before. At 37, he might be the perfect veteran to maximize Jokic's remaining prime years. The problem? Phoenix would want Michael Porter Jr. back, and that trade makes zero sense for the Suns. They'd be downgrading from a proven champion to a playoff choker. The harsh reality is that every potential trade makes Denver worse in some way. Deal Aaron Gordon, and you lose your best defender. Trade Jamal Murray, and you're destroying 5 years of chemistry with Jokic. Ship out Porter Jr., and you're giving away your best three-point threat on a team that already takes the fewest threes in the league. Even Jokic knows the situation is dire. When asked if this group can win another championship, his response was brutally honest. Well, we didn't, so obviously we can't. That's not just disappointment talking. That's a superstar recognizing that his supporting cast isn't championship caliber. The cruel irony is that this new CBA was designed to prevent dynasties by forcing teams to break up talent. It's working perfectly. We're about to see 7 different champions in 7 years for the first time since the 1970s. But it's also making it nearly impossible for transcendent players like Jokic to build sustainable contenders. Denver's mistakes aren't just hurting them now, they're defining Jokic's entire legacy. We're watching one of the greatest players ever waste his prime years because his front office couldn't tell the difference between championship pieces and expensive mistakes. And unlike LeBron in his first Cleveland stint, Jokic isn't threatening to leave. His loyalty might be admirable, but it's also enabling Denver's incompetence. The clock is ticking on Jokic's prime, and every wasted season makes his championship window smaller. Unless Denver can pull off a miracle trade or find some way to escape salary cap hell, we might be watching the slow-motion tragedy of a generational talent who never got the support he deserved. And that would be one of the biggest wastes in NBA history.